This is a subject matter that I've spoke about multiple times, countless amounts of times, actually in stream as well as videos, talking about definitely recent Hollywood, and it's not just with Hollywood. It's actually with like future or current comic book writers when it comes to mainstream characters and mainstream comics. Let's get right into it. Yeah, here we go. I meant to talk about this earlier when it came out, but I never got around to it, and I just thought about it. Die-hard Joker fans might not love the latest take on the supervillain. Director Todd Phillips revealed in a new interview he didn't base the character on material from previous comics for his upcoming film Joker. Instead, Joaquin Phoenix's villain origin story will unravel from different circumstances. He then says, "We didn't follow anything from the comic books, which people are going to be mad about." Phillips told Empire, according to Vulture. "We just wrote our own version of where a guy like Joker might come from. That's what was interesting to me. We're not even doing Joker, but the story of becoming Joker. It's about this man." Now, he also says here it feels unique. It is its own world in some ways, and maybe mostly it scares the shit out of him, or the fuck out of him, or the fucking shit out of him. Whatever, I don't know. He also said, where am I at? It's a magnified version of what you deal with as an actor, yada, yada, yada. And then he says they have their expectation and they've imagined things in their head and they've imagined different actors, and suddenly you take it on. And so there's this moment of anxiety of, did I just live up to their expectations? Yada, yada, yada. He's not saying anything, but I want to give my thoughts, because doesn't this highlight something that I've talked about multiple times? Like I said at the beginning of the video, that we live in an era where directors, writers, producers, they've gotten to the point to where everything is about them and their own personal ego when it comes to comic book writers, or when it comes to like film adaptation, and even current comic book lines, where people are taking characters that they did not create at all and are saying, fuck the source material, we're going to do our own thing. And what that is basically saying is that it's not about the character that, again, you didn't create. It's about, again, having a blank canvas, right? And using it to sort of prop up your own ideal and prop up your own vision, right? It's not about actually showing some sort of respect to the source material. To, again, this is something that you did not create. This is where we're at with it. Hold on just a second. I'm sorry. I had my channel intro just popping up there. But it's arrogance. It's almost narcissism in a sense. But that's what we're dealing with. And this is why I'm saying you got to kind of pay attention to what's taking place, and why you're getting directors, you're getting writers, you're getting producers that aren't even emotionally attached to these characters or anything like that. So what is it to them to fuck them up or have them do some sort of weird adaptation? Now, I've never suggested this. I've never suggested that, okay, you're going to do a film adaptation, let's say TV or film adaptation, you need to follow exactly the source material. I've never stated that. I have said you got to respect it, because, again, that's where it's coming from. That's where the base of your idea is coming from. If you just wanted to do some crazy fucking character that looked like a clown, call them somewhere else. There's basically clown characters, and all kinds of random shit that's out there. Why don't you go make your own fucking character that goes crazy or whatever? Why call him the Joker? What is the fucking point of making a film based off a DC character named the Joker, right? Calling it Joker, right? And then completely saying, you know what? Yeah, fuck the source material. This is just, we want to just, we have a loose idea, and then we're going to just do our own thing because, again, it's about you as the writer and the director. He even acknowledging sort of that a lot of people aren't going to be happy about that. A lot of people are going to be upset with it. It's about you and your ego. And that's the problem that I have with a lot of writers, not just with TV and film, but even current comic lines, where we're getting characters that act nothing like what they've historically acted like. And there's also these sort of narratives in which people are trying to force their own social ideology into the books, right? Into the characters, sort of inject them into the characters and into their storyline, even if it doesn't make sense in the context of what this character has historically been. Again, it's still making it about them. And I've said this time and time and time again. When you do something like that, that does not make you a talented writer. That does not make you a talented director. That does not make you a talented anybody that has any sort of creative control here. It does not make you talented in that sense. Certainly when it comes to the writers, a talented writer is able to take something that existed before him when it comes to these comic book characters. Doesn't matter, a TV, film adaptation, or future comic line. They're able to take that character, pay respects, and write something that is still fresh, is still new, exhilarating. But it doesn't deviate so far from the confines that they should operate within when there's, again, history of legacy between the characters. Not to say the characters can't grow, have slight changes or anything like that. But if you do a Batman comic or you do a Batman live action adaptation, then you can make it feel like Batman, even telling some new shit, right? Even telling a new, fresh story. But that's not what's happening these days. Everybody thinks it's about them. Certainly when they could show off and get praise on Twitter now, we have more connectivity to writers, directors, actors, and so forth now more than we've ever had in human history. And it seems like it's about massaging these guys' egos. It's not about actually respecting the source material. And these fools wonder why they get such pushback from fans and stuff like that. It's because you do shit like this. Now, I don't know how this movie's going to turn out. It may turn out okay. It may be digestible and so forth. But I do think it's disrespectful for them to be like, you know what? We're going to tell you straight up, we ain't even fucking with the comic, yo. We don't give a damn, a goddamn about that. That's BS, man. And I honestly hope that attitude starts to change, because again, what we're seeing, unfortunately, is that people that, again, funded this, people that, again, people that buy comics, right, made this shit come to life essentially by supporting this, getting behind it. Of course, they're going to have this expectation, and then you shit on them by saying, you know what, fuck the source material, man. And that's just not right. That's just not right. I don't care what anybody says. That's just not right. You do not have to follow it verbatim. I've never, ever once have I suggested that they should write something exactly like the comic book, right? I mean, granted, I also have said that if they did, it wouldn't matter. Definitely, if these movies are to appeal to normies, this is going to be a completely new story to them anyway. If they wrote a story that was exactly like a comic book arc, it would not matter, because normies don't read comics. So it'll be fresh. It will be new to them. No, who cares, right? But I've never went into it with an expectation that it must be exactly like the comic. But I at least want some respect to the comic. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? Why make a movie titled The Joker based off this character if you are just going to say, you know what, fuck all source material? That makes absolutely no sense. And to be completely honest, it's disrespectful to those that have supported these comic book characters over the years.